Okay, all right. It is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think it's about 11 o'clock in Australia. And we're coming to you live from the Pacific Northwest of the United States. And this is JohnnyNerdOut.
Hey, there he is. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for joining JohnnyNerdOut live tonight. This is a live stream dedicated to engaging with the community, e-bike enthusiasts. We specialize in custom conversions here, even further specializing in mid-drive conversions here. So you go down that rabbit hole. All things lead to mid-drive conversions when it comes to e-bikes. When you spend enough time in that rabbit hole, we have found. So, I'm here. Shane is here. He's running the ones and twos.
Heyo!
He's going to be bringing us some news, and yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be doing news. We got some segments. We're going to be taking phone calls if you guys want to call in and give your 2 cents, or if you don't want to waste your minutes. If you're on that PrimeCo plan and you only got 300 minutes a month, don't waste it on this. You could still use your keyboard, even on your phone, whatever. Leave comments. Try to engage as much as possible. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another prank phone call again. No, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to not that it's bad, but we don't really.
Now everyone's gonna prank it. What's PrimeCo?
Are you that young?
No, I'm.
Somebody out there, give me some validation and say that you know what PrimeCo is. It's funny. I was just driving. I drove from Salt Lake City to Portland last week, and I went by. There's a place in Pendleton that has a U.S. Cellular store. Do you know U.S. Cellular?
What is that?
Do you know it?
Yeah, I know it.
Okay, that used to be PrimeCo.
So U.S. Cellular used to be PrimeCo, or is PrimeCo like the
PrimeCo used to be
Metro
No, PrimeCo used to be like I know we're getting off topic here, but PrimeCo used to be.
This is the show.
This is what the show's all about. It's all about cell phone services from the early 2000s. It was like, I want to say PrimeCo was one of the very first things. There was like Singular, PrimeCo. Anyways, I had that. All right, so should we just get right into it? You gonna give us some news? Do you want me to ask you how you're doing?
Yeah, ask me how I'm doing. Go for it, go.
No, do you want me to ask you?
Yeah, ask me.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Feeling all right?
Feeling good.
Good? All right. Did you go to Hawaii?
A long time ago.
Like how long ago? Like what's a long time ago?
December.
Oh my God, that long ago?
Yeah, it's been forever.
There's like a new law, like it's like an ordinance in Hawaii that's like it limits how loud you could laugh. Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, it is though. It is. They have a law that's you're not allowed.
I wasn't aware of it.
You're not allowed to laugh loud.
Interesting.
You have to keep it at a low ha.
It's good.
All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. You want to do the news?
Let's see what's going on.
All right.
What's going on in the world?
Hold on a second. Let's do the news. I was looking up PrimeCo. 1 second.
Whoa, don't look at Shane's search history. That could be dangerous.
All right. So first thing this was something that was just emailed to me. Doug. I think his name's Doug. Doug from You know Doug?
Doug.
Do you know Doug from VeloWave? He does like the Velomobile things.
I'm not too good with names.
All right, so I'm not sure if this is where he's from, but basically here's a city in California called Healdsburg. I hope that's right. They got some cool stuff that they're doing with electric vehicles, and in their electric bike thing, they're giving out rebates. More rebate programs, which we've been seeing a lot of different bigger cities have been doing it. But this one is cool because e-bike conversion kits are getting a little rebate. I mean, it's only $50, but it's still
that's cool.
Something.
I wonder what was going on in that meeting where they're like, $700 for these people, $400 for this. all right, we'll give him 50. There had to have been one greasy wheel that was like, we got to do conversion. Like, we got to end this meeting. He wouldn't let the meeting end. I mean, yes, $50 is still cool, but I wonder, like, why only $50? I don't know. That is cool, though. That's awesome. Yeah. It is definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Cool thing about this, though, is this town, small town, only 11,000, population of 11,000.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, we've been seeing this in big cities, San Francisco, different parts, like Oregon or like in like whole state things. But this is just a little town out there trying to make a difference.
Yeah, I wonder. I have never heard of that town, but I wonder if they're like a super rich town or something. Like if everybody there has like a net income of like $500,000, and so they're super progressive and really pushing stuff. That's interesting. Well, that's cool. Yep. I hope more people take heed from Healdsburg. The L is silent, I believe.
Heading.
Healdsburg. But that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so that was that. Here's something about Elon Musk. Oh, yeah, robo-taxis. He's going to unveil the robo-taxis.
Taxis for robots? That's insane.
They got to get around, dude. Like they have rights. They have rights just like us.
That's true.
So that's it. I didn't even read this article. We can move on.
Yeah. I think that's one of those things where the headline is. He's been talking about that for. Man, I remember like 7 years ago. He's like, I'm not going to be selling my cars anymore. He makes these claims all the time to just try to get his stock price up, which is kind of annoying. But maybe he actually is like he means well, but he says a lot of things that.
I just don't know how often we should talk about Elon Musk and Tesla. Because, I mean, I feel like it is...
He's our direct competitor.
Is he?
No. But,
I hope so. It'd be cool if he, like...
Soon?
Maybe we could get him on the show.
That'd be great, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if... Well, if he's watching right now, maybe he'll come on.
If he's watching? Yeah, call in, Elon. You have our number.
All right, so that's coming.
After that, Waymo, which I never heard of Waymo. And then there's Uber Eats. So I guess Waymo is kind of like...
Wait, isn't Waymo? Wasn't that in the micromobility? There was a delivery service when we went to micromobility. They were using driverless cars. They were using the what's the name of those? Three-wheeled cars.
Was it the same dudes that were on? Like they were bragging about their cell phone plan on Primeco?
No, that was a different guy. There was a lot of people.
Anyway, so Waymo and Uber Eats starts humanless food deliveries in Phoenix. So we're just going to see more and more of this, just self-driving cars going around. And it's not even that. I think, I don't know what's up there. But, you guys seen, the drones, that fly around, too, right? Or, rolled out. You'll see them rolling down the streets.
Sometimes. I think I've seen, one.
Well, I guess I've never seen them in person yet. I haven't been lucky enough to see them in person. But you see videos of them.
All right.
I don't know. Anything you want to say about that? Do we care? Is that...
Bad, as long as it's not hitting e-bikes, hopefully they're keep an eye out for these driverless things. But yeah,
that's it. Want to talk about some events? You want to talk about the Moto show?
Yeah. Okay. We could move into some announcements. So I'm super excited about this. So we got it's kind of a. As you guys know, I've been converting a Honda XL 175 to an electric. It was an old gas-powered one, like in 1975. I converted it to electric. I've just been tinkering with it for, 6 months probably. Just happened to take a picture of it and submit it to the One Moto show, and they accepted it. And you can see here, this is the One Moto show. This thing is awesome. If you're in the Portland area, or even if you're not, this is one of those shows that's definitely worth flying in for. I remember the very first one. I think I went there with you. Where was that one at? Do you remember where the first one was, 5 years ago or something?
Yeah, it was in an old pickle factory.
The old pickle factory.
The old pickle factory.
For me, I was blown away. I was
like,
this is amazing. They had live bands playing, rock bands playing, just custom motorcycles everywhere. And it really lives up to its hype.
The One Moto show.
The One Moto show. They say the name comes from, you buy a motorcycle, you end up buying 2, you end up buying 3, you end up buying 5. It's kind of it's analogous with e-bikes, because you get one and then you're like, well, I need to have a street one. I need an off-road one. And they said if you could take all your motorcycles and put it into one, they want you to have the one motorcycle show. This is what it's all about. If you had to do it, I'm probably butchering it, but so anyways, I'm kind of freaking out because I'm super excited to be showcasing my motorcycle in front of a bunch of motorcycle enthusiasts, which is kind of intimidating because I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a stereotypical motorcycle rider. Although I've been riding since I was 18.
Are they gonna look down their nose at you?
I just don't want them to beat me up. I think that's what people do. They beat you up.
Luke says just be yourself. Then.
Yeah. But no,
which is getting beat up. You're like the nerd kid.
Yeah. Hey, no, give me some glasses.
It's JohnnyNerdOut.
Hey. I'm just super excited though. I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be there, trying to be there all weekend, just checking out the bands and the food and drinks and all the other motorcycles. And they usually put on a great show. So,
420 here.
Yeah, look at
So you got a media pass, right?
They do, but I'm not sure. I might be busy with my motorcycle, so I don't know. But they do races, motorcycle racing. They do like a bunch of stuff. They just do a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're into motorcycles, not this weekend, but the next weekend. So the 19th, I believe, 19th, 20th. We're doing a skate competition. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I want to check that out.
It's got something for everybody. So I'm super excited about this. Cannot state that enough.
So Queen tribute band on Saturday night.
Nice. And I really do think that electric motorcycles are going to be. I want that to be the next chapter in Johnny Nerd Out, that start doing it more. I keep going back and forth. Look at those motorcycles. I'm like, that would be awesome, and then convert it once it's no longer feasible. So yeah, that's. I really want to become more and more into converting old awesome motorcycles.
Also, are you done talking about that?
Yeah, I'm done talking about that.
All right. Real quick, also, if you guys are in Portland or Vancouver or in Washington or in the area, this is going to be fun. It's called the Lads 500. I'll be there. This isn't like it's not like an event that we're doing. It's just something cool that's happening in Portland. But basically, there's this neighborhood called Lads Edition that has this big roundabout, and we get on there with our bikes and we ride around in circles for hours. But in the middle, we party. So we sit around, we have some beers. So I'll be there. John might swing by. So if you're in the area and want to ride your bike around, come check it out. Lads 500. And it's not a race. Look at it. They're so cool. They say bad words in their Instagram posts.
That's terrible.
I think that was it for news.
All right. Stuff. What do we got for comments? Let's check in.
I wanted to bring up the this thing. Ride One Up was the bike. So this is their website. So I guess we could just make it quick. We're gonna make this into a segment, I guess, eventually called just slap a mid-drive motor on it instead.
What you could build.
Bike of the week. So this is the bike of the week. If you don't, you should just get a mid-drive, get a bike and put a mid-drive on it. If you don't, I guess there's this company, they caught my attention because they have been around for a little while and they're having massive sales, so their prices are low. That's about all I know. We could maybe just check out their bikes real quick. Have you heard? Oh, we have one of these sitting in the shop too.
Yeah, we're repairing.
We're repairing it. But I think one of the problems was that the bike that we're repairing it's discontinued, so I couldn't get parts for it. So that's why it's in our shop. Anyways, I don't know if you want to know more about this, but here's $1,000 right here. Class 1 through 3, 28 miles per hour, pedal assist, 750 watt power, range 20 to 40 mile. I wonder where so that's it.
Would this be the one that you would want to make a conversion instead?
I mean, yeah. But I guess if you were thinking about buying, if converting a bike isn't for you, and I just feel like that we have a responsibility, right? Or we're on the same team, right? As these guys that make these kind of bikes. I think we have a little bit of responsibility to have an unbiased opinion about just that sector, because we're not going to go out and buy this. We're not going to recommend anybody buy this. But we're not going to say don't buy it either. But we could just be like, Here's at least a company that seems to be doing okay, and their bikes aren't horrible, I guess, but I'm sure they have problems.
Yeah.
I don't know. We talked a little bit about it, what this segment is entailing, but
well, I think what we would want to do is, if you were looking at something like this, like what would be the alternative? If you needed something like this, or I just need to get something like this, or could you build something like this, and what would it be? I would say that there are, you could look at like the Roll Sport, like the low entry. Those are like a $500 or $600 bike. So that just the bike itself is like $500 or $600. It's going to be a little bit different because these are a little bit fatter tires. It has a suspension fork. So, you might be looking at like a bike all in for like $1,000 to build something like that. And then you would outfit it with your motor and stuff. I would definitely put a mid-drive on it. But you could get mid-drives for, $350, $400. That would be 750 watts, which would be 2 to 3 times more powerful than that.
So I wasn't suggesting putting a mid-drive on this.
Oh.
I meant
No.
get a bike, put a mid-drive on a different bike.
Yeah.
So that would be our recommendation. Like if we're really going to help you make a decision, it'd be like, don't buy any manufactured bike.
Right, but I'm saying like a comparative one would be that Roll Sport low entry. Put a mid-drive on that Roll Sport low entry. You could put that size battery. I mean, those batteries are fairly cheap. 400. You would be spending more money. So I always think like it's kind of, it depends on what you're looking for. Some people like cost is their number one factor. It's like, I just need something cheap and easy. This is cheap and easy.
I don't know if we want to say what is Keith's got a good point of view on this bike, but it's not our view.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, like, there's ways around, like, if you're looking at this, I don't know. Could you build something like this for that price?
It folds, but I think that's like kind of all it's got going for it. It looks comfortable, but the motor and battery, I think, are just. It might even be like a 36 volt. I guess it's 48.
The thing is it looks comfortable, but I don't know, and it's weird. I don't like to criticize or review bikes without actually sitting on them. Yeah. But in my experience, the folding bikes, unless it's like buy an experienced folding bike frame maker like Brompton or somebody that like specializes in it, the geometries suck. I've ridden some cheap folding bikes, and the geometries are way off. Like you kind of have to specialize in that.
It is a hub motor. So I think in the future I'm going to be looking for ones that have mid-drives already. But yeah, so 48 volt, 750 watt hub motor. Not great.
No. I mean, well, it depends on what you need, though. That's the thing. I mean, some people, they don't need to climb hills. They don't need to go 30 miles an hour.
I mean, I have a bike.
Oh, I thought they wanted $1,000 for a 48 volt 13 amp hour. I was like, holy crap, that's insane.
That's a 10. This is for the 10 and a half amp hour model, and then it's like $50 more for the.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's options. I mean, like that bike doesn't look terrible. It looks like it has a pretty beefy rack on it, but yeah, I mean, it's just if you want to have something, if you build something, that's definitely the best you're gonna get value-wise for sure, best quality, and that's the thing. I mean, building something. If you want the best e-bike, you're going to be building it yourself. You're going to be speccing each component, getting the component that meets your needs for that specific thing, and then using that. And usually you end up not spending a whole lot of money doing that.
I think the point of this segment talking about bikes like this is to just so you know your options. So you feel like you did a little bit of research. Now you know that this exists, and now you know you should just get it's just something that you considered before you decide to just convert a bike instead.
Yeah, well, it definitely depends on who you are. But I just had a guy come into the shop after hours, and he's like, I got 8 these pre-made e-bikes, and I'm just looking for someone that'll work on them because like you can't get parts for them. You can't get them. Like the whole time I just wanted to be like, that's what you get when you buy a pre-made e-bike. Like they go obsolete. They're, it's like, who are we talking with that ride? I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name. He's like, they're planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
They got Jeremy.
Yeah.
He bought that Trek or whatever, and he's like, they planned this thing to be obsolete within 2 or 3 years. So when your battery's ready to go and you're ready to get a new one, The battery design has changed. You're not going to be able to find that one, source that one. The controller has been totally changed. Nobody stocks those parts anymore. So that's the main thing I would think of. I mean, I wouldn't even consider it because I know from working from these companies that.
Now, I did pick this one up because it is a company that's been around for a little while, and they're continuing to make new bikes. They do have bikes that have been discontinued, and they are like dealing with new parts, so it's like hard to get parts for their older bikes. But they do like offer warranties, and like I feel like maybe their service is okay.
Well, I remember when I came out with my video on what e-bike manufacturers don't want you to know, and I was getting like tons of eyeballs on it. I remember Ride One Up reached out, and they were like, "This isn't us." Like they were really adamant, but I don't know. They were like, "We stand by stuff," so I was like, all right. I mean, that was cool that at least they did that, but I don't know.
All right, so our next segment could be what you should do instead.
Yeah, I think like, hey, if you're thinking about buying this bike, great. Or just people don't even know that there's an option to convert a bike. Whenever I get calls every day and they're like, I didn't even know that I could. I got this great bike in my. I didn't even know I could. I'm like, it's 2024. Where you been? Like, and they're like, I didn't even know I could do this. And I'm like, well, it better late than never.
Neighborhood bike finds is the next segment.
All right, let's do it.
Want to talk about that? Talk about something people should do rather than what they should consider. Like, that's all we're saying. You can consider this.
Yeah.
Neighborhood bike finds.
We got to check in with some people. Look at that beaut. Ain't that a beaut? I saw that. That one stuck out to my mind when I saw it. It's an old 60s bike. Look at those idler wheels on there. You could keep it just as is. It's got a freaking steering wheel on it. I can see that being a Johnny Nerdout mobile for sure. Maybe put like a big windshield on it. Like a big, what are those things? I'm blanking on the name. It's not glass, but it's whatever. I'd put
plexiglass?
Plexiglass.
What's it? Is this like an older picture of it? Because like you look at this seat, and then you look at this one. This is
maybe it's just different camera.
I think that's what it used to look like.
Maybe. I don't know. Put a mid-drive on that bad boy. Are there brakes? I think there's like a coaster brake. That would be dangerous. But that looks pretty cool. I like that thing. If I saw somebody riding that, I'd probably stop to him and be like, "Hey, man," I'd chat there. I'd be that old guy who like stops and talks to them about it. But that's available in the Portland area. If you guys are wanting a cool collector bike, sit in your garage and collect dust.
Where is this? Cooper Mountain National Park. Oh, it's all the way over here.
That's not too far.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go. All right, everyone, let's go. All right, cool. You want to check in? Let's see what.
Yes. Well, also we should mention how that 1 week for the Craigslist find, the guy actually went and bought that fuse.
Yeah.
And then brought it to us.
And
we're converting it for him.
Yeah.
All right. What did you think? You want to talk to the chat?
Yeah. Let's see what's going on. What's going on with Chad?
Hold on.
What's up with Chad?
Just give me a second.
Chad.
See what Chad's up to.
Alrighty, let's see. Oh man, let's see. What does that one say? I can't see it. It's cut off. Shell and what size Demo 1 kit did you use? I wanted to talk a little bit more about the 2.7 motors a little bit. They've been releasing firmwares. I think they just released another firmware a couple days ago. They've been having a couple issues, it seems like, with some of their rollouts, but they have been releasing issues, and they've been like we're gonna make sure that you tell everybody that we will make them whole. Like they seem very hungry to make sure that they have like a very good reputation. So far so good.
Who? 2.7?
2.7.
All right. Are there any word on the 120 bottom brackets? Is that what you're just talking about?
Yeah. So 120s are coming out, I believe, at the end of this month. So, and they said they're going to have it on the DMO 1s and the DMO 2s, which would be the 1,000 watt and the 500 watt. So, yeah, the 120s should come out. I think they're going to have 68s, 100s, 110s, and 120s. So, so that's kind of cool. And again, you can go to 27.com, download all the firmwares. They have their instructions. They have the downloads for it, which is nice. I mean, you can't get that stuff from Well, I guess CYC, it's kind of over the air. You do it from the app, which is nice. So, anyways, let's see.
Would you say that bike that we just showed, what is that? Is that like a recumbent?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so do you know what a velomobile?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a company, Velo?
No.
Or that's just a type of...
A velomobile is kind of like it's like a small car.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I mean, I know what they look like. I was just wondering if it was kind of like Vaseline, where that like the name of the company has become like the...
No, it's a style.
Or,
it's a style of bike. And I personally love velomobiles.
Yeah. So is it basically just a recumbent with a...
That's enclosed.
With a window over?
Yeah, it's like a car, essentially. I mean, it's like not a weatherproof, but like you could ride it year round, essentially.
So there you go, Michael. It was Michael Brink said that he wants a velomobile.
Yeah, me too.
You and me both. Recumbent and then build a frame around it, I guess.
Man, I almost bought, what was the name of that company? I want to say it's not pedophile, but it's like
Why'd you say it?
It's not that.
I'm
weeding out.
So,
I know I say that about everything.
Knock that off the list.
This is my friend. It's not
it?
pedophile, Steve. Oh, it's just Steve. Okay. Yeah. No, it's the pedalist. That's what it is. Every time I see it, I think the other one. But yeah, the pedalist. Have you ever seen that bike? That one's a pretty cool bike. It was a fully enclosed bike, had a frunk and a back seat.
Frunk.
There was a guy here in Portland when I first moved here. He had one for sale for $2,500. And I was like, Nightbot? He got Larry Hager? Is Nightbot being overzealous, or is that somebody actually being... Sorry about Nightbot. I think Nightbot got somebody the last time, and we apologize.
It's called a fairing. That's what he said.
Fairing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was Larry Hager. The shell on a Velo is called a fairing. Hold on, I gotta go. No, I got it. So the battery in the computer is dying. They didn't plug it in. You take over. You got this.
Okay. All right, Shane. There is also the laptop charger. If you need the charger, it's in the bag right there.
Oh.
We're running a tight ship here, guys. 2.7 is paying to get the defective back to them. I updated the firmware on the controller and display news release right after the update. It went to take a quick spin. Yeah, I don't know. 2.7. Yeah, they seem to be making things right. With early releases, they've only been out for a few months. I guess they've been out for more than that, but really in full force for a couple of months. They're going to have some issues. So as long as they take care of it, they should have a healthy future.
Who are you talking about?
2.7.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing down there, Shane? What are you doing?
Just making sure that the damn computer doesn't turn off right in the middle of our...
Oh, there's Larry Hager's back. You didn't get stop spamming caps?
It's caps, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair. No need to yell.
That's violence. Yeah, don't abuse us with your capitalized letters. After a firmware update for 2.7, I recommend a full reset. What do you mean by full reset? Like, I guess, yeah. What did you do for the full reset?
He's got a Quattro Velomobile? What is that? Is that the brand, Quattro Velo?
That's a brand. I believe that's...
I need to expand my Velomobile knowledge.
Yeah, I got to get on that. I think it's a four-wheeler, I want to say.
So the Velomobiles are just allowed to like roll down the bike lanes? I think there's like a width parameter that it's got to be.
It has to be like standard handlebars, and I don't know. There are some things. There are some parameters you got to stay within. But let's see. Dave B is torn between the BBS HD and the DMS 01. The 60 volt got my attention, but the BBS HD is workhorse. Yeah, the 60 volt I feel like is a little bit more of a what is it? Like it sounds cool, but it's not really that great because I don't really know anybody who's running 60 volts. And 60 volts I don't feel like is that drastic of a jump up from 52 volt.
Yeah.
You got to go 72 volts. 72 volt, like, all right, you start feeling it. And if the 2.7 ever comes out with the 72 volt version, then I would say that would be awesome because then it's future proofed pretty much. But we'll see if that ever happens.
Did you want to bring up the the displays and like the plugs, right?
Yeah, that's true. We found out. So 2.7 we got like 5 different display options. We're gonna be getting more. Like every time we get a new order, we get a little bit more when they become available. So there's one display. It's called the LCD 135, and apparently if you order that one, you have to use different connectors. I don't know why this desk is like doing that. It's driving me nuts. Hopefully it's not driving anybody else nuts. But anyways, the LCD 135, it requires completely different connectors. So normally it's like the HiGo 2-3 pin. If you use the LCD 135, it's that square white one that some of the 2.7 motors use. Super weird. I don't understand it. Why you wouldn't, like Bafang, you use Bafang, everything is just a HiGo 3 pin. The displays are the HiGo 5 pin. I don't know why you would have variations, but with one display to this, that seemed like an oversight in my mind. That it's just really annoying.
RD, yes. So I think the 68 millimeter 2.7 is 68 to 73.
Yeah, they're all
They'll probably
that way.
just fit perfect if you have 73.
All 68 millimeter guys, whatever, if it's 2.7, Tongsheng, CYC, blah, 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 it'll fit 68 to 73. The CYCs will actually fit up to 83 millimeter, but yes, 68 is the same as a 73. It's like the standard bottom bracket, like a standard mountain bike bottom bracket. That's what they call 68, but 68 to 73, probably even 74, but usually they don't make 74 millimeter bottom brackets. It's 68 or 73. James Harrison, probably. I don't know. Shane, you might be able to.
What's the question?
I don't know. His question went away.
Why?
The Cottonmouth motor, is that a real thing, or is this a spam? Is this one of those spams? I haven't heard anything about the Photon motor yet. Still from CYC, I know they said they were talking about retooling the Photon and getting that dialed in first before they do anything with the Photon. But
that's what I forgot.
High voltage is making a Cottonmouth motor. Is that for real? Let me see.
I forgot to turn off the thing with Nightbot, so I'm just gonna see if I can just turn it off. I know you guys are getting spammed and stuff, but it's fine. So wait, hold on. Just to go back to the displays for the 2.7, isn't that just something that bothers us and probably nobody else?
For the 135 display?
Yeah. So it's just there's different connections. So we just have to keep track of it. I mean, what difference does that make to somebody that's buying a display for a motor? Because it's going to come with it anyways, right?
Yeah, but if you wanted to upgrade your throttle, or if you wanted to upgrade your you can't use the same. You have to order a very specific brake. For a lot of people it probably won't be that annoying, but for some people, if they're big accessorizers and they like to buy stuff and upgrade and outfit it, that might be a thing.
All right, Nightbot's disabled, guys. Now's the time. Talking all caps, do whatever you want to do, because there's no more Nightbot.
Whoa, all right. All caps now.
Once it gets past 6:30, that's when things get... Nightbot turns off and do whatever we want to talk about.
I still don't understand. I saw some thumbnails from the Cottonmouth. I don't know what that is. Is that a bike, or is that a... I'm so confused. I'll have to check that out. Maybe somebody else can pipe in what the Cottonmouth is. What are the stats on it? What is it?
Cottonmouth.
So it's
What's
a
that
motor.
song? Cottonmouth
The
Joe?
Cottonmouth Kings. Those are.
Is that a new band?
It's a kit. So is it by high voltage?
Copperhead?
Huh?
Was it Copperhead?
Cottonmouth.
I thought it was by Copper. All right, never mind.
So I don't know. It's a kit, 6K. Is that 6,000 watts, or is that $6,000?
6,000 people have heard about it.
Okay. 6,000 RPM.
So get on board, dude. Be 6,001.
Trying to think of what else is going on. The M635, I think Debbie was asking about any updates for that. There really is not. They're slow to release accessories. I just got back from my rep. I was able to text them. They're like, in China, she's like, they're not going to be releasing stuff until people start asking for it and start knocking down their door. So,
any updates on UL batteries? I meant to ask you this earlier. Can we just get some?
No updates yet. I think as of like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I asked my supplier for, hey, I want to get some UL certification going on the next order, and they're like, yeah, about that. It might be a little tough and expensive. So, but they're like, I'll let you know. So I'm like, okay. So I'm still waiting to hear back, but no news on that.
Oh, it is Copperhead. I was right.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Cottonmouth Joe motor by Copperhead.
Okay. So HV is just tracking progress between the lightning rods and the Cottonmouth. I'm out of the loop on this Cottonmouth, but
I actually can't find anything about it. I don't know.
I see screenshots like thumbnails with it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna watch a whole video right now.
I'll show what I've got, what I've found so far. Some cool snakes. What's this show about again? Is it about snakes?
Yeah. So Johnny Nerd Out, snake enthusiast. But all right. Well, anyways, I guess we could do some more research and then find it next week. What else was there?
I think it was it.
Was that it?
Huh? I don't know.
All right, let's see. Any decent battery options for fitting full suspension frames? Yes. So for full suspension frames, there's 3 options, depending on the size of your frame. So if you have a small frame, medium frame, large frame, if you have a small, your options pretty much are just going to be the saddlebag battery. You're going to have to mount that. You can mount it inside the frame like we did with a full suspension, the Marin, the carbon fiber frame.
Aren't the cells in that like better? What are they, 50 amp?
Yeah.
So they're like,
the BMS is 50 amp, but they use the 40T cells,
yeah,
which are like super high performance cells. I mean, they can put out tons of power and not even sweat. So you could, so if you want to get a good quality battery, get a saddlebag battery. If you have like a medium full suspension frame, you might be able to put a Slim Shark in. Otherwise, there is also the wedge battery, which is supposed to be really good at fitting. It depends on how your rear shock is. Your rear shock will make or break being able to put any battery inside your frame. If your rear shock is like perfectly horizontal with your top tube, you probably have a good chance. Or if it's almost up against your seat tube, you have a good chance. Some of those things, though, they come off of the seat tube and they bend down and they come into like the middle. Some of them go diagonally and it's like, were you even thinking about this thing ever being an e-bike? So yeah, anyways, those batteries, saddlebag battery, Slim Shark, or the wedge battery, and we carry them all at JohnnyNerdOut.com. So
if you guys didn't know, we got a store.
Oh yeah, we do e-bikes. I forgot about that.
Check out our shop. Also, if you're enjoying the thing that you're watching, hit the like button.
Smash it.
Smash the like. I think it helps. I'm not entirely sure why or how, but it does. So thanks for being here anyhow.
All right, Luke, you sound like you did the PR for it. He's like, the kit aims to integrate significant power that can be utilized alongside traditional pedaling.
Maybe ask like
e-bike.
ChatGPT, what is the?
Or he's reading it off of there, but I'm like, that's not. You are the PR person
he's
for
just
them.
posting. Yeah.
But it's 6,000 watts. I'm like, it can't have a natural biking experience. I mean, yes, you can. You could still use it for like under 500 watts, but yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm tickle me interested. I'll check it out. I want to hear some more about it. North Bay Bikes in collaboration with them. Lightning rods. I don't know why lightning rods I never really got into. They were one of the first ones along with Cyclone that were making high voltage motors, mid drives, but they were always like twice as much as Cyclone. and there was G&G, which I think is like a part of or parent company of CYC. So I'm not 100% sure, but let's see what else is going on.
The phone lines are open too if anyone wants to call.
Oh yeah, you guys want to call in? We'd be happy to talk about you. Sorry, my neck has been like.
All right.
No, I'm getting old, man. My neck is just super hurt.
Have you ever like gotten a bike accident?
No.
Never.
Well, not like horrendous.
Not on purpose.
Yes, I've been in plenty of motorcycle accidents and bicycle accidents.
Just
Yes.
by purposes, like you purposefully got hurt on a bike.
No.
All right, so you've never been in. You said you have. So the answer
Yes,
is
I
yes.
have. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm picturing getting hit by a car.
So
been hit by a
never
car.
touched a car. Or did you ever run into a car?
Maybe when I was like 8.
Years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
I might have.
Yeah. That's it. Like, have you ever broke anything like out on the road?
I don't think so.
No. I got hit by a car
Yeah.
the other. What was it, like
Couple
last
years
year? Yeah, a couple years ago. I think it was before I was riding a bike, a non-electric bike, and it was really like I was going real slow.
That was your problem.
And like there's a car coming this way, and I'm right here, and it just like tipped me over, and like pushed me along a little bit.
And they were.
I mean, I was fine.
They were
I hurt
gonna
my
murder you.
knee, and I got like some bruises on my legs. But I'm like, oh, I should get an electric bike.
I could have. Yeah.
And now I got one. Now I've never been hit by a
I
car.
should get an electric bike. I love riding bikes.
Yeah. What about you guys? Any serious bike accidents?
Got any cool scars?
Yeah. Any cool head injuries to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
We got a call. Let's see who we got calling here.
Too big. Let's see. Do I believe the 2.7s are a better value than the Photon?
All right, hold on. Oh, yeah.
Man, that's a great question. I want to get to that.
Mike.
Mike.
I love riding bikes.
Mike?
Accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
Hey, Mike. Johnny Nerdout.
Hi.
Mike, are you a prank phone call?
No.
You know, legally you have to let us know if you're a prank phone call.
Okay.
All right, thanks. All right, well, how can we help you? What's going on?
You mentioned the next shipment of Photons would be an upgraded version.
Yeah.
Are your Photons upgraded, and how so?
Yeah,
I'll
so
hang
I
up
got
and
the,
listen.
yeah, I've just got them in, I think it was yesterday? It was either yesterday or 2 days ago. Yes, so they did kind of like from my understanding, they did kind of like a soft release. Did he hang up?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Sorry,
all right.
we lost you if you're there. I don't know if you intentionally held off or not, but they did kind of I'll still try to answer your question, but they did a soft release of the Photon. They didn't want to call it a version 2. I think they didn't want to get bad publicity. And you know, I've talked to other shops who say they have had no issues with their Photons. I've had, I would say, 20 to 25% of the Photons that I sold came back to me with some sort of problem. And so I stopped carrying them for about 6 months just because it was like, this is way too problematic for me. I don't like this. But I've since reordered them, and we'll see how it's going. So I do have the new shipments in. They are the newer versions. Hopefully they're upgraded. Besides that, though, the biggest thing, I need to make another standalone video on this, because the more important almost than whatever their soft release of their upgrade is that they have a chainring removal tool that allows you to service your own Photon, which that was the biggest thing. That was, even if it was breaking and stuff, you couldn't service it. Sorry, got a residual cough still. But now you got a chainring removal tool, so you can service it. So even if you had one of those older ones that it's broken or whatever, it's bad, you could service it, and they're super simple to service. Shane replaced his controller and motor core.
So if you already have a Photon, you could just, instead of buying a new one, if you like it, but it's just you're having some problems, I started with, I changed the controller first, and it solved like a couple problems. But then once I put a new motor core in it, it's like everything went away. It's working great now.
I mean, it still is a light duty motor, I would say. I wouldn't say light duty. It's a little delicate. It can put out 2,000 watts, so that's not light duty.
No.
But it doesn't like to run 2,000 watts constantly. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't like high amps for a
What
long period.
motor does?
The BBS HD can handle that.
It pushes 2,000 watts?
It pushes like 1,750. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
it's almost the same.
Do you think it's because, like, there's a torque sensor because there's, like, more resistance? Is that...
It's smaller. It's just, there's less mass to cover the heat.
I wonder how, like, the... Like, tongue... Because I've also heard stories about the tongue shang get hot. Gets hot. What is it? CZD2? Like,
Yeah.
Like, that gets hot. I wonder if, like, 2.7 will ever have any issues. Or the M635. I wonder if just being a torque sensing motor,
I don't think...
if they run warmer.
It doesn't have to do with that. I think it
No?
has to do with the size and the cooling fins and how it's...
I think I'm going to say that it does.
Right. Could be onto something, but I think so. They have like different. It's all about how they heat dissipate. But yeah. Oh, I see. Mark is
All
there.
his photons.
All his photons have had issues. See. I think, and then you talk to somebody like that, and you're like, yeah, like. So I don't know if people are just under-reporting. Some people are over-reporting. I have no idea.
It might just be like individual like shipments, like some
Batches
yeah.
could be, but it's weird. I mean, 20 to 25% is still like if it was a bad batch, you would think it'd be 100% or like 90%. So I don't know. Yeah, the X1 Pro is pretty loud. It's a great motor. We just put a Stealth on a bike, and
What's the wattage of this Stealth? Is that 2,500?
it's it's 40 amps at depending on whatever voltage you put. So say I'd like to just do if we did 60 volts, that'd be 2,400 watts peak, a little under,
60?
say 2,300
volts?
watts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so a 58.8 volt battery would be about 2,300 watts. So, it's pretty powerful little motor, but it does whine. It's got that external gear reduction on it, which you got two chains going.
That's good. Then you don't need a bell.
Yeah, that's true.
Just people know.
Just keep that
People will hear you.
keep that throttle going. Like, who is that spaceman coming behind me? Let's see. The gear shifter works great. Feels like I'm shifting my old Mustang. Tim Seaman, yeah, thanks. Yeah, you've been. I think you were going to post some pictures of your build up on the forum.
Tim said he participated in the getting hit by a car.
Oh yeah, I missed out on that. What happened? What are some of the good stories that I missed out on from?
I think that was the only one. Just hit a 4-way stop. He had an e-bike though, so I guess you could still get hit by a car. Even
Joke's on you, car.
if you got an e-bike. Broke his arm, his shoulder. He got confused. Smashed helmet.
Michael broke both of his wrists at the same time.
A concussion. Not
and a
confused.
concussion.
Instead of getting confused, he had a concussion.
Man, I would be the worst to break both of your hands if you can't use either one of your hands. You'd be totally reliant on other
I was
people.
talking to a dude that he's been hit by a car 30 times.
You got to change something.
Yeah, but he's like this was the first time I was ever unconscious. It's like this.
And
I'm I'm fine. It wasn't that bad. It is the first time I was unconscious.
I'm starting to enjoy it now.
Yeah. Just wake
You
up.
just gotta lean into it and just go limp, and it's not that bad.
And you wake up in a couple days, and everyone acts like it's your birthday.
Yeah. How are you? We're so happy you're
I
alive.
got you flowers and chocolate.
Yeah. Let's see. Lance Armstrong is said to have 100 car strikes. I wonder if that's true. Oh, I guess that's true. If you're driving by cars over thousands of miles. Yeah.
And this guy is he would probably say he's somewhat professional. All right, incoming call.
All right, let's see.
Sorry, I didn't hear your name, but thanks for calling Johnny NerdOut.
Hi, this is Ben.
Hey, Ben.
I got a question on 12 speed
Okay.
on the rear. Basically, I went and looked at Lecky, and none of them supposedly will take Shimano 12 speed.
Even the pros. The pro doesn't. I thought they only didn't take.
The pros are all of them that I've looked at. When I look at the very bottom on their website, that's what it says.
I think it's a very specific Shimano that they don't take.
Excuse me?
I think it's a very specific Shimano that they don't accept. If you look at it, it'll say like does not take. Isn't it? Because I think I know what you're talking about, and I think doesn't it say like doesn't take Shimano blah 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 blah? Like it's not, or does it say doesn't take?
I'll tell you what I have. If you guys, what I have is, I think it's the only one. It's a 10 tooth and 51 tooth. I'm not sure what model that is. I'd like to get a 750 in it, but I'm afraid from what I've seen on your website, that I have to put 1,000 on.
Yeah, if you want to get that Pro chainring, the Pro only comes with a 1,000 watt, which. It's kind of annoying, but hopefully Lucky will just.
Is it possible to put a 750 on a 12 speed?
Yes, yeah, you totally can.
Does not, sorry to interrupt, does not fit Shimano 12-speed KMC X101 is what.
Okay.
So maybe it's both those things. It's just Shimano, yeah, it just says, and then comma, and then KMC X101. So that's that's two different chains that it doesn't fit.
Oh. So I don't know. Because I've put them on the 12 speeds before, so I couldn't tell you. I'm not 100% sure. And sometimes they say it won't, but it will. But yeah. But anyways, some of the, like I believe the 44 tooth and the 46 tooth stock chain rings, the stamped steel ones, because they're all just narrow. I think those will fit with 12 speeds.
Really? Okay, that would be great.
Yeah.
And another question is, I know very little about bikes, but if I put like an 8-speed on it, can I take the 11 out and stick the 10 I have, or they totally don't interchange and stuff like that?
Wait, I'm just trying to make sure I understand your question. I feel like I know what you're saying, I think, but I'm not totally sure. Are you thinking you want to take 3 of your gears out to make it an 8-speed?
Well, yeah. If I have the problem, I'd really like to do just the 750. I'm assuming 1,000 watt is way more than I'm ever going to need. I don't want a ton of weight, factor and all that. And I don't know if this would be realistic. Is taking the rear gears, picking just on any set. Let's say I've got the eight gears in the back, and I pull out the 11 tooth. Can I just stick like the 10 tooth that I have on a Shimano? Are they very interchangeable, or are they all designed differently, even though they're all Shimano that I'd be dealing with?
It's worth a shot. That's my.
So you're saying you want to? I'm sorry. I'm having kind of a hard time grasping.
11 tooth to take that out and take the 10 tooth that I have.
On a different sprocket?
Yes, on a different sprocket of the same brand name of Shimano.
Oh, yeah, you might be able to. I'm trying to remember because those 12 speeds. The 10 tooths are very rare, so I don't really deal with those 10 tooths all that much. So that's a great question if you can do that. Sorry, I don't have a direct answer for that.
Then there's just one more. I'll pick your brain. Is
and a lot of times
having a 12-speed. Is it easy to just go stick an 8-speed, a 9-speed in there?
No, not really. Not with the 12 speeds. Sometimes,
really?
Yes, but a lot of times the 12 speeds use a different kind of like free hub to that they bolt on. And so normally, say if you had like a 10-speed cassette, you could just slide it off and you could just slide an 8-speed.
It says it's a cassette if you read it on the website. I mean, I don't know if it is, but it says it's a cassette.
Yeah. So I'm saying,
Free
what
will.
did I say? Did I call it something else?
I thought you said free will. Maybe I'm wrong.
I've been zoning in and out.
No. What? Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, dude. Took a hit of my vape pen. No. So normally you could take the cassette off, like you would just slide it off. Like if you had a 10-speed, slide it off. You could slap on an 8-speed. You could slap on a 9-speed. With that, you would have to replace oftentimes your derailleur and obviously your shifter to make it work.
Right.
Right. Another workaround you could do is you could literally just limit out your gears, like your low gears, if you're having chainline issues. But you can't use.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you're still going to have to use a 12-speed chain because those 12-speed chains are super thin. So it's the only thing that'll fit on a 12-speed cassette. You can't put like an 11-speed on there because you're kind of fighting two different wars. You need a chain that's wide enough to fit your front chain ring, but then it'll be too wide to fit your 12-speed cluster in the back.
Okay. All right. Well,
But you
thanks for
could,
the input.
if you know like what kind of cassette you have and like what the spindle on your axle is, because there's like the micro
Yeah, all I
spline.
know is I think it's the only model that Shimano makes of a 10 tooth and a 51. It's pretty modern. This bike's
Yeah.
pretty new that I got.
I think it's called the micro spline.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that is correct.
Yeah, and
I'm
so
almost sure.
and then you're stuck with that. You can't put any the micro spline. My terminology is off, but like what it slides onto is nothing is compatible with it. That 12 speed, they created a whole new language for that, and nothing else will be compatible with it. So unfortunately,
no.
yeah, unfortunately, sorry, you're stuck with that 12 speed though.
Is that?
But you do think that I could still somehow get it going with the Fang?
Yeah, absolutely. I would.
Okay.
You may need to play Goldilocks though with your chainring to find out which one's going to fit. And if you go with a BBS02, I would say just go with the stock 44 tooth. That should work. And maybe if we have time tomorrow, we might. You could even like email us or something, and I could see if I could put one on a stock one and see if it'll work. Because I've done that with the single speeds. The single speeds work on those stamped steel stock chain rings. I can't 100% verify the 12 speeds do though.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The free
Yeah,
hub.
have a
That's
good
what I
one.
was talking. I didn't say free wheel. I said free hub. Just a FYI.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, thanks.
Who's this? Don MSL. Did we share our thoughts on the M635? We did. We like them.
They're good. Accessories are still just slow to come out.
You have to just watch the video,
Yeah,
rewind,
rewind.
check it out. Come back next
Oh.
week too. We could.
That's right. And then I was going to talk about the 2.7 to CYC value. Value is, I would say, it's interesting. I think about this all the time too because but it really comes down to the end user, what they're looking for. If you're just looking for torque sensing and that's really all you need, you can't beat 2.7. I mean, especially the 500 watt versions are like $350. You could buy 3 of those for one Photon. So value, it's definitely in the 2.7. However, if you want like just the best of the best, that's where CYC I think comes in. But yeah, best value, 2.7 for sure.
Larry Hager challenged us to think of 10 reasons why conversion kits are the best option. And I just want to say, Larry, we don't got to explain anything to you, bud.
Yeah.
We don't owe you. We don't owe anyone an
I
explanation.
think convince us why it isn't. Like, can you explain why it wouldn't be?
I don't think he's. I think maybe he's considering a bike. I don't want to do it. Maybe we could just go back and forth. I think the number one is like there's already plenty of bikes in the world that you don't need to build. We don't need to manufacture new bikes
Right.
just to make a new e-bike when there's already hundreds of thousands of them sitting around.
In your living room.
Yeah, in your garage.
Probably
That could
one
be-
right in front of your phone right now. You're
So
holding
that's
everything.
my number one for most things. What about you? We don't have to do 10, but what's your main reason why you want-
Customizability, future proofness, protection against obsolescence,
repairs? Yeah.
yeah, just the programmability, power, accessorizability. There's just, yeah.
All right. There's 10.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking up the Micro Shift Advent. I think do you know what that is?
Is that the shifter?
It's a shifter. Yeah.
What is that? What is that about?
Who was asking about it? Somebody was asking about it. I forget who, but is it good? I think is the question. Do you know anything about it?
Who's James Harrison?
Reason number one
keep-
has to be the ability to wire battery into your custom set. Oh,
I think
so.
he's
He keeps like bringing up.
Are you doing callbacks or are you doing?
He's a troll.
All right.
That's cool though. Thanks for hanging out, James.
Did you call? Are you the caller, James?
He kept bringing up. He's like, oh, that caller from last week, huh, guys?
It was pretty funny, huh? We should get him on more. I think we should give him his own segment. Yeah.
You guys, Aiden's here.
Oh, hey, I didn't.
We do really like e-bikes.
Yeah, we're kind of into them. They're kind of cool.
That's
We
good
found
to see.
out.
Look at that. Aiden is a female. We got a female in the chat.
And an e-bike rider.
And she's got an e-bike.
Yep, got the Tongsheng. Let's see. There was something up there that I wanted to. Oh, the Discord. Did you put a link up to the? You did, right there. Perfect. Nightbot coming
there
through
you
in
go.
the clutch.
So did somebody say something about Discord?
Yeah, right up there. It was
Just someone
Where's
asked,
this-
and then
where's the
Nightbot.
Nightboard?
I think Nightbot might have saw that and then popped it up.
Nightbot.
All
Man,
right, let's see who this is.
so good.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 7. One more call, or should we end it?
All right, we'll do one last call and then we're gonna call it, y'all.
Call from
Chris Ferguson.
Hi, Chris. Hey, Chris, Johnny Nerdout.
Yo,
Yo.
hey, what's going on?
So I'm at work right now on a lunch break, but I see that you're live, so I called in.
Nice. Are you
How
sure
long
you're
do
on
you-
break,
how
or are
long
you?
I just started. I just
Okay.
started.
You're like, hey,
30
1
minutes.
second, I'm gonna go check in these aisles really quick, and you're like, someone's waiting for you. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
going on?
so-
Chris has been a long time supporter of the channel, so thanks, Chris. What's going
You're
on?
welcome. Besides me being on a lunch break right now, I'm actually in the process of getting a custom bike trailer set up.
Custom bike trailer. Are you building it,
Yeah,
or
so
are
I
you
can
having
do-
someone build it?
Someone's doing it for me.
Oh, nice. Are they fabricating it from scratch?
Yes, I mean, it's a Schwinn bike trailer, but I tore it apart. So I got pretty much just the wheels and the part that attaches to the bike, the wheel are there.
Is it going to be
For setting it
attaching
up.
to the axle or to the seat post?
Axle,
Nice. A little bit stronger. Both of them or one?
one.
Okay. Okay. Easy.
Yeah, just
easy
the bare
access.
body.
Say it again.
Yeah, just the bare body. I'm going to be try doing food delivery with it.
Nice. Well, keep us posted.
Yeah.
Send a picture. Are you on the Discord by chance?
I'm not sure.
No, that means no.
I might be.
But you should definitely, if you get it, post it on
I'll
there. You
definitely-
can also email it to me. But
I'll definitely email it to you.
yeah. But we could put it on Discord too, because that's where everybody, when they got stuff that we're like geeking about and just super excited about, that's where we put it up there.
Yeah, and also I think I told you this already, but I'm switching from hydraulic brakes to mechanical brakes on 2 bikes.
Yeah,
two
so you
bikes
were
that have
having
hydraulics.
some issues with your hydraulics, yeah?
Yeah, I could never get them to work right, and even if they work right, they didn't do it for very long.
Yeah,
Having to bleed it too much.
I think about this all the time. For like switching to hydraulic, because hydraulic it is better. You're getting more pressure. There's more PSI going through those hydraulic lines when it amplifies your pressure on your handlebars. It amplifies it more to your rotor. But if you ever have any breakage in the system, if there's any leaking, if there's anything like that, you are SOL with a hydraulic brake system. If you have a mechanical brake, it's almost 99% of the time it's just like a loose nut that came, and you can readjust it, tighten it back down, and you're back on the road. Or worst case scenario, you could go to a bike shop and get a brake cable for $3, and you're back on the
I can change
road.
the mechanical brake cable myself. That's easy.
Yeah, exactly.
I hardly have to do it.
And Luke Walker's got a good point running both. I mean, you would get the best of both worlds. I'd probably run hydraulic up front, mechanical in the back. Would that be a cool T-shirt, huh? Or bumper sticker?
The levers won't match.
That's true, but I mean, what? Who cares? Function over fashion, Chris.
It's like the mullet for a bike.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, hey, that head doesn't match. It's like, hey, I don't care.
Oh,
dude,
yeah,
I'm here to party.
I'm getting Avid BBS7, if you've heard of that,
Yeah,
with Galfer rotors.
nice.
The bike with the system that you have is going to have 180 Galfer rotors in front and back end, Avid BBS7.
Nice. Awesome. Well, that'll be cool. Keep me updated on that. Let me know how it runs if you find the success that you need there.
Will do.
All right, cool, man. All right, I think we're gonna call the show. We went a little bit over time, but yeah, thanks, Chris, for calling in, and thanks to the other callers. I forget their name though, but
I think Ben. Was
yeah, Ben.
One.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Anything else? Oh yeah, if you're in the area, go to Lads 500, Lads Edition in Portland. Do you want me to say the line?
Yeah.
All right. Don't be this guy.